good.
It's either L or
And I'm
K, and both of them don't do anything else, so...
Yes, one of the two. So I am currently at 112, 11, 10. Hopefully that's close because it says I'm synced.
I am at... Well, the timer goes down, so now I'm at 103, 102, 101.
Alright, it looks like I'm maybe just a little bit ahead of you.
And I do not have a sync button. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's okay. You shouldn't have one. Because you're the party leader, I sync to you.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes. So both teams are going to be just positioning, and this is the ward throwing time.
This is the Kumbhakarna.
Where nothing special happens.
Threatening people with a belly flop time.
Yes, absolutely. And, Athena actually is kind of stuck between 3 players currently. She's going to take plenty of damage. Oh, no. Oh, I thought if she didn't get the dash, I was like, is this going to be a kill in negative time?
I've seen it happen. I have certainly seen that.
That's terrifying.
Well, they have a lot of damage on their team. CyberX have a lot of burst in the early game, especially with Apollo. With that increased attack speed he gets from his passive Audacity. And in which every 10 auto attacks he lands, he gets 5 real quick ones because they're 100% faster.
Yeah, and it looks like, is there a gank going to go down from Dynamic Gaming on the right-hand side into the speed camp? There's 3 of them all queued up, and in they go. Oh, no, suddenly, surprise! Isis lands the stun, but kind of backs off from there. Oh, I really thought they might have had something going. Oh, yes, and it is paused. One of their players has a... Yeah, it was... one of their guys has a ping really, really high. That came across several minutes ago in the chat, which I have up. Right. So, everyone chill out. Well, I'm going to see... they're unpaused again. Hopefully, it looks like some people are having some ping issues. And maybe
make sure that your ping is good.
Maybe that's why they didn't all go in after Hebo, after getting nailed with that Isis stun at max range.
Quite possible. There we go. We are unpaused right now for me.
Yes, and me as well, as they go right back into the mid-camp and everything kind of going through as you would expect. Those mid-camps, so important.
Yes.
But that was one thing I was going to bring up, that Isis stun is one of my favorite mechanics in the entire game, just because, you know, the more range it gets, the higher damage that it does.
Yes.
Which I think is a really interesting thing. It makes it a little tougher to nail, you know, rather than just some abilities that can just stun at any range for max damage.
Isis has a lot of great mechanics. She can harass while she runs. She can stun from a very far range, even through walls, and her stun is also part of her nuke. She's not a hopeless mid laner. She's not the kind of mid laner that has a one-trick pony idea. She is able to do a lot of work for herself, and she can hurt, and she can save people. So she's a lot of utility.
Bakasura on the right-hand side is trying to take down Thanatos. Oh, not quite. And as you were talking about that, going through walls, and it looks like trying to get it. A great snipe of that XP camp, dodging the silence. And that's a huge win for Bakasura. Very, very nice there. Denied Thanatos the damage camp, stole an XP camp, and got away with full health. I don't know how you can do it any better.
Bakasura definitely has to keep pressure on strong in the early game, as Bakasura falls off very quickly as the game gets longer and longer and people get more and more HP and lifesteal. Looks like he's going to try ganking here to get a quick kill, but he doesn't have level 5, so he's lost a lot of his CC that he needs to keep people within attack range. However, he does have that speed buff, and I don't think that being pushed away is going to stop him from trying to do something nasty. And he certainly does hurt, but not quite enough to get a kill.
Yeah, it looks like it was very odd because it looked like Dynamic Gaming on the left-hand side was doing so well in terms of pushing back. Both of the left laners were very, very, very low for CyberX. Both still hanging out about 25%. And look at Bakasura sniping the speed camp. Now going to try to snipe another XP camp. Oh, he is so annoying.
Thanatos cannot be happy right now.
He might have stolen that? Oh, another pause. Okay.
They're doing math. Trying to figure out. if he should all in right now.
Yes. If this was StarCraft, he would be throwing up several gates and being like, all right, let's just do it. Whatever.
All right. It has been unpaused, and Penetrator is going for a kill if he can get it. He is getting some of the auto attacks off, but kiting Bakasura is very simple when he doesn't have his leap. As he does not have any CC. Ooh, almost getting away from this initiation, but that's going to maybe be a kill for Thanatos. He's just got to get 2 hits in.
Oh, yes, Thanatos, can he nail the scythe? One of the hardest things to nail in the game.
Oh, portals!
Oh, Janice, you lucky, lucky man. Oh, what a great move there to just bail him out as they're coming over. Oh, no, but will that be enough? Oh, and he blows it. And oh, Janice almost paid the price as well. Oh, his buddy, he tried so hard. It looks like this is actually going to turn into a little bit of a team fight. And can they get Apollo? No, not quite. Thanatos trying to chase him down. Nails a huge sight that gives him enough life to stay in the fight. But it looks like they will disengage. Wowza, I did not expect that to turn into what it did.
Well, you know what they say, one good turn deserves another, and Thanatos was very upset with his jungle being so heavily invaded. And after getting the kill on Bakasura, it just wasn't quite enough. He had to get more, so they tried to get another one, but he was thinking with portals and was able to get away. But then, you got your left-hand lane going, hey, there's a fight going on pretty close to where we are. Why don't we get over there? And then they did.
Yeah, and that's just good team mechanics now. Oh, and Bakasura trying to gank Isis, but Isis's wind gust, she says no.
Lots of great map awareness from both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kumbhakarna now coming in, trying to get a little interesting here. Oh, and here comes the ult. Isis trying to drop her ult. Can she get the heal off? Oh, pops it. Just does not quite get it. The ult goes down on Thanatos. He's going to try to get up in the air. Can he get up? Yes, he does. Athena comes over a little bit too late. Probably not able to take down Kumbhakarna. And it looks like Thanatos just dove back into tower range. But that's a little painful having to use your ult just to barely get out.
I'm really surprised that Thanatos did not go over to Hebo and coordinate something with Ra. Just say, Ra, touch Hebo. And then just bam, get him with the ult. While he had to ult to get out anyway. He was right next to where they were. He could have gotten over there with his ult duration, and he could have gotten maybe even a kill to help Ra get a little bit of pressure off of him. Although he's doing okay, his HP gets very low because of how much he's tanking those minions. And Hebo is so difficult to lane against, especially when he's getting all those blue buffs. He does so much damage so quickly, and he uses so little mana.
Yes, he has such a great... His cooldowns are so short. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Hebo is one of my other favorites, and it looks like Ra's going to go off here, and I wonder if he's just going to try... Like, do you just go for almost a naked ult just for fun? Oh, and he tries it, and... Whew, I feel like I have ESP. Just the naked ult almost went off, and no, Isis in a little bit of trouble. In comes... Oh, great.
Oh, thinking with portals, though. Oh, nice stun.
Yes. Oh, can they help her out? I mean, she's getting around. She's got plenty of time here. Oh, no, and an ultimate going down, but they're going to take out Bakasura. Up goes Isis, and down she goes. She dies. But now Thanatos thinking, all right, maybe I can take these two on. Can he do it? Kumbhakarna getting a little bit out of position there. Oh, thinking with portals, Janice, you sneaky little man. But you are not done yet as he pursues, and boom goes the dynamite. As Thanatos cleans up, and oh, the ult by Hebo, just not enough, and the water splash able to clean up. So many kills so quickly coming from every direction, Druox, I can't even keep up.
Hebo coming in with his wave saying, surprise, mother truckers, I've arrived. And he destroyed everything in his wake, namely their tank. So with no Guardian, Thanatos is quite vulnerable against a Hebo, who has a lot of burst damage even without his ultimate. He can still hurt you quite a lot, and all of his abilities have some kind of thing that really hurts, except for his slow, but it does hurt to be slowed, as you can't get away from the rest of his attacks that he will try to land on you, especially his water spout, which is very annoying.
And a little bit interesting, I mean, take us through, this is where I'm going to rely on your good metagame sort of knowledge. Now, right now, Rama is like the low level across both teams. He's even lower than the tank. Is that okay at this point, or is that a little bit rough?
Ramos has his ult, so he can always contribute to team fights. His main damage is actually focused on his abilities, so as the game gets further in, he will become more and more dangerous. the reason why he's been staying in his lane is because he's just got to farm up. He's got to catch up. Kala having a very hard time, though, because Apollo is heavily outlaning him. But you can see here that he's very effective at farming his lane because of those astral arrows. So he can keep the lane relatively staying where he wants it to be. He can keep it from taking out the turret without losing too many last hits. Speaking of last hits, mid lane is just going back and forth constantly. Thanatos getting a quick kill on Bakasura. Not able to kill him with his ult, surprisingly. But in comes the rest of his team, and there's might be another kill onto Luna, who's very low, gets taunted, and he's going to maybe die. Kumbhakarna. In the meantime, everybody's
surprise!
here.
No, Luna's gonna get up. Amazingly.
Oh. Good save.
Luna gets
searing pain!
Oh no! Oh, Theodori able to just kind of suicide for one more kill. Probably not worth it as a whole in the team fight, but if he hadn't gotten that, it would have been really desperate. And oh man, this game right now, there's just kills all over the place. Oh no! Hebo just knocked him up in the air. Oh, he's so close! Oh,
it was so beautiful that it hurt, and he died. Surrender vote has been started. Morale has been broken.
Yeah, I really feel that it might be a little too early for that, as the gold difference is 1,200, the XP difference is 3,200. That's not insurmountable.
They certainly can turn this around at any time. I think they're just having a hard time because they definitely have someone who has a very high ping who's having a hard time. They are trying to work with what they got, and they're going to be okay as long as they can stick this out. They got to get their Rammus back in the swing of things. He's got to catch up. He's got to get his level up there, but he will be very, very dangerous very soon. As you could see there, he was hurting them. In spite of his level disadvantage, he still hurts. Rammus's damage is not to be underestimated, and he can hit everyone on the enemy team with auto attacks if he so desires, as long as he has enough arrows.
Yes, absolutely. And depending on his positioning is very, very key when you're trying to pierce through enemies. And thus far, I've been really impressed with Isis in the mid lane. Oh, it's so close. God, Isis is one of those utility gods that she just seems to have almost every trick in the book. You know, the great silence, the stun, the nice, get me out of here really quick with the wind gust. It's beautiful.
And she can hit you the entire time that she's running away from you because she runs just as fast backwards as she runs forwards. She is so annoying to lane against, in fact, that everybody loves to play as her, and if they can't, they try to ban her, I've seen, in ranked play. And I don't blame them because she is so annoying. Now, one thing that they have on CyberX that they don't have on Dynamic Gaming is all those portals are really, really good at surprising your enemies and keeping your allies safe, which can help them to control team fights and control the pace of this game, as he'll make it very difficult for his teammates to die because he can just get them out of there if he needs to. So a lot of those leaps and the gap closers can stay off cooldown instead of being popped in order to get away. They can just wait on those portals. In comes a taunt from Athena, but it does not go anywhere. That was a little risky from Athena. She was pretty close to the turret.
Yes, a little rough there. No big deal. Oh, I love them stealing the mid lane camp there. Beautifully done as they do get it. And they're trying to gank them. Janice coming around and able to get some hits, but I don't think it's going to be enough to initiate. Over on the left-hand side, oh no, Rama taking some huge hits. And can he come down? Athena jumps over to him. Oh, and an ult from nowhere! Look at the range on that. Just a Hail Mary from Janice connects. What? I mean, that is just insanity.
Two very high mobility ults going off at the same time, and Apollo wants the kill. He gets the kill. Period. That is the end of the story, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, and he was almost running out of mana. It takes a ton of mana to stay up there for so long. And he's thinking, all right, why not?
Worth it.
CyberX is doing a really, really nice job. They're up 11-7 in terms of the gold difference. They've kind of maintained about 1,700, up by 4,500 experience now. So starting to pull away, but certainly one of those things. A little bit goes a very, very long way as we're approaching that part in the game where, you know, things like the Gold Fury start to come into play. Definitely. And that's going to change things very quickly.
CyberX is definitely doing very well this game. They've been very good at controlling their lanes. Rammus has not lost his tower in spite of having such a hard time in his lane. which goes to show the skill not only of the player, but the utility of his abilities, keeping him out of being killed, but also being just strong enough to take out any wave of minions that's trying to push into his turret, with enough time and power to keep the lane from overwhelming him, even with Apollo there with his level advantage, already to level 14 against a level 9 Rammus. But he's holding his own. That's how strong this god is.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, and in the middle, it's going to get a little interesting with Isis. Oh, and now Athena's going to join in on Thanatos. Come down and kablamo. There it goes. Everything gets knocked up in the air, but that huge, awesome heal from Isis comes down. The ult is missed. Oh, and Bakasura gets out with no health left. Absolutely crazy, and it looks like they may disengage. That long-range stun Isis being so effective with that. Nitromic Kid is just killing it right there.
Isis is the playmaker when it comes to gods. With that stun, she can end or begin any big gank. Kumbhakarna tanking it pretty well, though.
Yeah, Kumbhakarna does not care. And one thing I'm really loving out of Dynamic Gaming, oh no, it looks like Janice and Isis trading places for a bit. They seem okay and content. And things getting a little hairy in the middle here as no one quite wants to engage, but there's a lot going on.
Ooh, Nitros is kind of stuck here, but at the same time his team is right behind him. It's not looking good for Kumbhakarna, who does end up going down, and now they're going to switch onto Apollo as Isis is taken out by Janice with a little help from his team. They're not necessarily out of the darkness yet. There's a lot of damage still waiting for them in that lane, and they need to try to stay there in order to defend, or that will push in, especially with Rammus there. Thanatos is saying, you know what, you want to sit underneath the turret? Well, I can hit you with my scythe, and it certainly hurts. And they end up getting taunted and killed. Bakasura probably going in to try to consume a minion. Little did he know a taunt was waiting, and that was able to get him killed. In the meantime, we see a Searing Pain grabbing a kill for Ra in the right-hand lane as he continues to push in. And now we're starting to see Dynamic Gaming take this game back.
Yes, this is exactly what they need to do. Now down 800 in gold, falling to 600, maybe just a little bit away, and under 2,000, or just at 2,000 under in XP. So great stuff there, and that tower is going to go down on the right-hand side, and that will, not quite give them the gold lead, but they are very, very, very close, knocking on the door.
Slowly taking this game back. You can see there that small team fights like that can really change the flow of a game. We're going to have an opportunity to talk about this for a little bit because of the pause. But you look here, every single team fight that's stalled out this game, this Rammus is going to get closer and closer and closer to the enemy team's levels until he either surpasses or is completely equal. I mean, obviously there is a maximum, so...
Yeah, obviously, and I've been loving... a couple things during this game. Some of my favorites has been both Janice and Athena on opposite teams. Those are two gods that you kind of just need to be a pretty smart player to play. It's not always just comes down to skill, but you need to be very, very aware of the map because, again, like if you're Janice, there are some very, very odd angles that you may be able to pull off a really cool stun with. And it looks like Isis is dancing away, taking on 2v1, doesn't even care. A team fight going on the left side.
Oh, he still hit his ult right at the last pixel of it, Hebo. Nice. I actually thought he wasn't going to hit anyone with that. Right at the last pixel, and that is going to be a kill for Hebo for all of his trouble. He better get a kill when he uses his ultimate like that. Make that 2. Isis a little too close to the god of the Golden River.
Yes, one of the problems that they did there was that they all kind of were split up. They were not unified. They got fragmented, and now it looks like CyberX, boom, goes the Gold Fury. And so they're going to go ahead and nab that gold differential right back to around that 2,200. But when you get fragmented out, we see this in a lot of different games. You know, 5 gods going in single file against 5 grouped gods does not work out well. And, you know, you'll never even lose one god if you're on the other side. So it's one of those pretty interesting things, but it's just kind of the snowball effect. And all of a sudden, these gods came out of nowhere. A big taunt. And there goes one. Oh, Theodori with a second one. And 2 kills seemingly out of nowhere. It's the glory of Athena right there.
Yes, the glory of an Athena taunt followed up by the glory of Ra America's Searing Pain. Able to net those kills for the team. Athena's so strong for initiating those fights and getting those kills for her team, making those plays. Almost as effective as a nicely placed Isis stun. The taunt is almost a guaranteed kill whenever it hits, if the team is ready.
It's one of those, the CC on this team is so annoying. And then on top of that, not CC, but, the Isis silence. And Thanatos has his silence. Those things they just get you off your game a little bit. And they're positioning pretty well here to try to take this mid camp as soon as it pops up. And there it goes, up and down. So very, very nice there, as they are closing the gap. Now back down to about 1,300 gold down, 2,800 experience down. So they're certainly keeping in it. And just like we said, if they win one more team fight, they can absolutely just take the lead in both categories.
Ramos is taking his lane. Nobody really able to stay there, as the rest of Dynamic Gaming are really putting the pressure on in the mid lane. And now it looks like Ramos is going to end up getting ganked by Hebo, probably the worst person to have in your lane. There's a nice ult by Hebo. He ends up getting the hit and the kill in spite of that Aegis. Just a little too late on the Aegis. That could have been a huge dodge. Missing out on a lot of damage, Hebo, but it's just a little too late.
Yeah, I don't quite think it would have been enough anyway, because that ult puts him beyond you on kind of the opposite side. I mean, if it was like a long-range ability, say like, Ra's Searing Pain, it can work out. And, Apollo getting... very, very lucky there. And here comes Thanatos, predicting the movement very, very well. Huge team fight going down. An ult coming down. So many ults. And can Bakasura get it? It looks like, Janus.
The portals.
Playing with portals. Can he do it? And Theodori is trying to head him off at the front. He uses his line attack, but misses. And now being chased down by Luna. Looks like it's trying. Thanatos so close. Not quite able to do it. Kind of misses the silence there for a little bit. This is not quite over yet, as they choose to push on just a little bit more. They're going to clean up some minions. But yes, now for the first time in a long time, Dynamic Gaming has the lead in both experience and gold. And now they're going to clean up some inside camps. They're doing exactly what they need to come back. So the team who threw down a possible surrender is living to fight another day. And Rama right now is going to try to take the mid tower.
He certainly has the power to do it if they don't come in and stop him, and they're all back at their base right now. Apollo will be able to get there, but will he be able to get there in time? There's a lot of attack speed and damage coming out of Ramos right now. That is a dead tower. Good job to Ramos, who's able to push in that mid turret. Every single tower that's taken out is that much less visibility for their enemies, so Dynamic Gaming doing very well to keep map control in their favor. CyberX is going to need to ward a little bit more just because they lost all those first tier towers.
Yes, and it looks like, so we know within a couple minutes there is kind of an extended pause coming, I believe. But for right now, Boom goes down and Hebo goes down very, very quickly. Ice is kind of sniping that kill just a little bit. Now Luna was in a little bit of trouble, but able to get away at least for now. Theodori doesn't want to let him go, as he's going to chase him down. Great portal by Janus, but nobody falls for it. Luna coming in, the Searing Pain misses. Ice is not quite enough. And he's going to dink and dodge around, and it looks like Thanatos is somewhere up in the air. Going to try to go down on Bakasura on his own, but that did not work out very well, as it also does not, Athena's ult did not come down, so not quite the best there. Almost as good, but not quite.
Here comes Apollo. What's he gonna do? Who's he going in on? Nobody.
I was wondering if maybe I thought maybe he tried to just get them all if his team engaged right away, but what a huge stun from Isis. Great move going down. Not quite able to land the silence. Ramerica! So close. I love that snipe. Theodori is not afraid to use that thing. He just wants to throw it out there whenever he gets the opportunity. Makes it a lot more fun to cast.
Hell yes. Especially when he's hitting it. And when that thing hits you, you go from being a little wary to very scared. Lots of damage coming out of that soon.
Very scary, absolutely.
We're going to have to see what they're going to be doing next. And a good Isis stun can usually end a team fight very quickly, as that pick, when you combine that long Isis stun with the taunt from Athena and the silences, you can't do anything.
It's so much.
Die. You can't do anything but die. You can't get away. You can't hurt them unless you have really strong auto attacks. And you die. There's nothing you can do.
You can curl into the fetal position and cry. You can try not to cry, and you can end up crying a lot.
Yes.
That seems to be kind of what happens. Oh no, it's such a huge... I don't even know what just happened. All the ults came in so quickly. There was an ult by several players coming down. Meanwhile, it looks like Apollo's trying to get out. They're trying to chase him back and around. Apollo able to get out. Oh, Searing Pain going down. Luna able to pop up that Thanatos and get the kill. And dodging around, and it looks like Apollo may get out of here. But Isis will not, unfortunately, as Theodore tries to heal up his team. Now they're a little bit on the back foot. They have a little bit of a health advantage. But it looks like they are not quite going to engage. Oh, maybe they will. Snowballer trying to go back.
Couldn't stop him.
Yeah, he tried a sneaky little maneuver there. Didn't quite work out, but now it's 3v2. Good situation for him.
Dynamic Gaming has a good opportunity to maybe get this second turret if they're not careful, especially with Ramos there, who is hurting. He stayed in a little too long, but it's alright. He's got that dodge roll. If you want to know what happened last time, you had an Athena ult onto Thanatos. Thanatos walked into the enemies and used his scythe, and then all hell broke loose, and a lot of people died. That's basically what happened. Ooh, whoa, that CC, though! Goodbye, Ramos.
Yes, all of a sudden out of nowhere, and it looks like...
That's the pause.
Yes, that is the combat pause, and this may be a little bit extended, because players have been chatting at least a little bit, maybe not. It looks like...
No, it was not extended. That is the short one.
Oh, just kidding. And it looks like they were apologizing because one of the players had tried to pause about 30 seconds beforehand, and because of the lag, it took that long just for it to count. So that's why it was in a bad spot. So that was not like trying to be BM by the players or something or getting fed up. That's just a little bit... The pauses can even be delayed with a little bit of lag introduced to the system.
Very true. Very true. Just waiting on what we're going to do next here on both teams. One of those
it looks like the Gold Fury is going to be under a little bit of duress. I don't think either team can really get it, I don't think.
Oh, they can get it, but are they going to fight for it is the big question here. Who will initiate?
Who wants it more? And it looks like both teams a little too sheepish to go in and like really commit to it. So they're both kind of, all right, we'll get some of the other buffs that are around. We'll keep an eye on it. But maybe Bakasura, no. They're all kind of halfway in.
They're waiting to see who's going to be... Oh, wait, Thanatos wants it. He's going to start it. But he's not going to finish it.
Yeah, it's like, kind of. I mean, he just wanted to swing his scythe around because he hadn't done it in a little bit, and it's his favorite thing to do.
If I was CyberX, I would be all over that Gold Fury right now. They can't fight. They don't have Ramos. He's all the way on the other side of the map. They could get that Gold Fury, rotate into mid lane, and start pushing that turret while Ramos is split pushing the right-hand lane.
Speaking of, he might get really caught here if he's not careful, and he absolutely will. There's no way he gets out of here.
Ooh, nice dodge roll. He is out of there using his ult to stay safe, but will he be able to survive this engage? No. As soon as he lands, he's pretty much dead. Big engage here from Dynamic Gaming, trying to get the counter initiation, and certainly did succeed. Look at the difference in health as another one falls. Hebo falls to Thanatos, who then turns it into a triple for himself, and now they're going to collapse in on the tank. Ooh, Kumbhakarna getting lower and lower by the second. Nice taunt. Thanatos wants this. He wants this Quadra. Is he going to get it, though? No, they aren't going to go after it? Why isn't he going after it? Get it. He's waiting to get it. Oh, but the waiting actually backfires as he respawns, but he still gets the kill, because why not?
Yeah. Why not? And it looks like, all right, they're saying let's bail out. You see the map ping going down. It says it's Fire Giant time. So this will be a big time buff. And I believe it's Bakasura getting the huge lag timing. So you saw there, he really should have had Ra. Ra was pretty much dead to rights on it, but Bakasura kind of ran past in a very odd sort of way.
Yeah.
So I believe that is what occurred there.
That's a shame. You can really see the problem that he's having when things like that happen. We will see where this game will go from here. It's still, they're only ahead by 3 kills. This is still anybody's game. They have to keep the pressure on.
The goal difference isn't the most that it's been in the match. It's the most in their favor, but not the most overall. or actually it might be, but by a very slim margin. They're up by about 2,800. There was a couple times where our CyberX team topped 2,000 to their advantage. So either way here, and it's going to come down to how these last team fights go.
They engage. Oh, where'd your HP go? That's the first kill there. Bakasura doing huge amounts of damage with his ultimate. As they continue the engage, Bakasura are going to be able to try to run away. For some reason, Thanatos does not end up going after him, but Thanatos is back to full HP because of all that regen. Hebo going to try to get some revenge for his team as, oh man, they're trying to get away and trying to keep the fight going at the same time, but it looks like that is going to be it. Good distance play by the rest of CyberX as they had to kind of get out. The rest of all the damage was pretty much thrown out once Bakasura ulted, and you could see it was melting people's health bars all the way from full HP to 0 within seconds.
Yeah, he just did that huge area damage, and now they're trying to capture Athena, and I'm not sure if you can see it. I'm seeing the lag just a little bit as it kind of is pinging little bits of slowness around and around, but
yeah.
Thus far, both teams doing pretty well, and hopefully, I mean, I hate saying this, but hopefully both teams are getting lagged a little bit. You don't want it to affect one team, not the other, and it looks like a Gold Fury attempt, but Kumbhakarna says, no, you can't get this for free, so how exactly is this going to shake down? Nobody really wants to fully commit to going after it. Now they're trying to take out Kumbhakarna, and they do, and the Gold Fury say hello to a big-time lead. And now they are up by 4,500 gold, certainly the most in the match.
That was a good play by them, not only getting the kill, but making sure that Kumbhakarna wasn't around to get that secondary Hand of the Gods steal, because they did mistime the first one, and that would have been a good steal by Kumbhakarna if he was still alive to do it. But sadly, Luna ended up getting killed. There was no steal for her.
Kind of getting buffs, and that Fire Giant buff is still in play, so they still have that. I'm not quite sure how much longer it's going to last. Only a couple players still have it, but that's one of those long-lasting buffs that's really, really nice. And now, Apollo, can he get out? Close. Can he do it?
He's going to ult for it. Ramos going for the kill here, gets it. Excellent job by Ramos, and now he's going to use the rest of his arrows to miss. But he hit the one that counted, so you know what? That's what matters. Nice initiation from Athena. Going to be good for getting the people into the area for the rest of her abilities from her team, but not much is going to be coming out of it in the form of damage. Hebo getting a little too aggressive, ends up costing him his life, but Snowballer gets the revenge kill onto Isis in the background while all that was going down. Bakasura coming in from the back, maybe thinking about getting in for a flank, or he's going to just go in from the front. That's fine too. I think he lagged there as he just kind of walked in.
Yes, just a little bit. And one of the nice moves there from Isis, I'm not sure if you caught it or not, you guys at home. One of the really nice things, so she ulted right in the middle of everything, then popped that shield, and oh no, we'll get to that in a bit.
Bakasura might get a double.
Take him down. Oh, so much going down, but can he get it? Maybe not, or he'll pay the price at least. So, yes, he did get a little something, but and now it's starting to get very, very choppy for me. Not sure if you're experiencing that as well.
I am lagless right now. It looks pristine on my stream, so can't say it's too choppy.
I'm glad that we're using it there. It kind of comes and it goes. I wonder if that's what the players are
there was a bit of a spike for me there. That was the first time there was a spike. Ooh, this is going to be a big initiation here. Thanatos is definitely one of the main damage dealers for his team. Oh, almost died to Ramos. Thanatos is very, very deadly. If he dies, and that wasn't Ramos, that was Apollo, by the way, sorry. But if Thanatos is to die for his team, they've lost a huge chunk of their damage. Thanatos is definitely one of the main damage dealers for his team, and probably the main attack damage dealer for his team. Ramos has a little bit to go before he can really catch up to the amount of damage output that Azariel is putting out right now. But he is getting close, as his build is almost completed.
Yeah, and going back to that small point I was going to make earlier, now that we have time to just breathe a little bit, especially because some people on the stream are here to learn and whatnot, but a great move is Isis on her staff. It does both heals and does damage, so she popped in the middle of that mess of abilities going down, and then popped her shield so she couldn't take any damage, which gives that time to charge up, and then immediately upon coming out, tried to pop it and heal the whole team and do damage, because that gives it a good amount of time to charge up and makes that heal actually worth something instead of just trying to pop it right away where it barely heals anything. So one of those real small, subtle sort of plays and combos that you don't come across too often, but definitely worked out very, very well in her favor.
It looks like we're going to start seeing fights come down.
Yes, and Apollo a little bit out on his own. Oh no, this could be so bad for him.
Very, very dead. Azario getting the last hit.
And here we go in the jungle. All these guys kind of positioning, and CyberX doing a really nice job of staying grouped, and I mean that in a good way, not, totally sticking right on top of each other, but they are clumped up very, very well. And it looks like they're trying to come across for a couple different initiations. Oh no,
stun.
Janice! Oh, and a huge everything. Oh, Thanatos, I'm surprised he did not go after it, probably knowing that Janice has that portal ability, which he used very, very well. And can they get the Fire Giant here, Trurox?
It's going to be pretty nasty if this Hebo ults. I think that they realized that, and they sent out a quick Isis stun to try to zone him out. But it's going to be pretty nasty if he ends up ulting, even with the Isis ult in the middle there. Thanatos using his ult to stay up out of the fight, and they end up taking it with a good combination of ults there. And some Fist of the Gods, but Ra going to get a quick kill at first. CyberX not looking too good in this engage, as Hebo, the main damage dealer in the area, is dead. Kumbhakarna goes down, and that's going to probably be death for him. Ra stealing the kill for himself, because you know what, why not?
Hey, he wants a little bit of the action. Currently he is at 8-2, so he has plenty of them. But, I mean, this Thanatos is currently 18-4, reaching Kadoya-like proportions in this game.
This Apollo is hurting a whole lot. Able to get a kill for himself over here in the left-hand side. Isis is coming up to help her teammates, though. Waiting on...
Not quite able to get it done quickly enough, but this tower is going to pay the price for it, and all good things. And ooh, Janice, you hurt a lot when you hit your abilities.
Every time he sends that out, that takes a big chunk of HP. Janice is kind of caught in a pretty bad spot here. He ends up being slowed. That's going to be some big burst there, and oh, dead!
Yeah, you will not go through your little portal, fancy man, as it looks like Dynamic Gaming has had enough of that. And, ooh, a big ult from Kumbhakarna goes down, but Rob barely feels it, only gets one, and Thanatos going to go up in the air trying to pop that heal beforehand. Oh, Ra grabbing two, and that's going to enable Thanatos to come down if he wants to, but no, he had already come down across. I thought he was going to hang out for just a bit longer, as his teammate probably did as well. And Luna getting pretty bold in there, and here comes Bakasura to try to make things weird, but he's doing a lot of damage, but is it enough? Everyone kind of disengages at the last second, except for Isis, who throws that in, able to take him out, and it looks like Athena paid the price as well.
Athena tanking very well for her team, making sure that she's one of the few who do die, which is always a sign of a good tank. Isis able to get some quick kills for herself. Always good for Isis to get those kills. She can get her build further and further along, and those stuns can hurt more and more and more. Rammus is going to be coming in from the right-hand side. Do not forget about him. He hasn't really been in a lot of these fights, but he is doing work in his own way. He's got to finish his build.
I really want to see his structure damage in the stats after this, because I'm sure it's just crazy high. But, I mean, if you're here to look at a couple things, I mean, if you want a clinic on how to play Isis, Isis is doing a great job showing some of the beautiful combos you can get with that. And, oh, no, is that going to be enough? Janice, perfectly timed. Thanatos is going to try to really mix it up in there, trying to take down Hebo. Does so. And look at the damage that he is putting out, 22-4. So fed right now at almost 20,000 gold.
Rammus basically able to kill whatever he wants when it comes to structures right now. I'm pretty sure that this game can be considered pretty much over. Rammus just needs one more item to finish his build completely, and he is hurting everything that he's hitting, so he's going to probably contribute a whole lot more to this upcoming fight after being out of most of them as he was farming for a majority of the match. He's going to ult right now, and that could be enough to get them a good lead in health, and it certainly helps them get a kill. Kumbhakarna in the middle of the mix as Bakasura goes down. Ra America helping secure that deicide as Rammus gets one of the last hits, and he runs into the spawn and almost dies.
Yes, and what a good turnaround for Dynamic Gaming. I mean, they were down for a lot of it, and they really